Hey, this is Rich Formidoni from Korg. We're back here again in the secret Korg lab. And man, I wish you guys could see what is just off camera over there, but I have to torture you and just say that Korg is working on some extremely cool stuff. So, for now, we are playing with the fabulous M50 music workstation, and what I'm going to show you today is Tone Adjust. Tone Adjust is a great way to edit your sounds, and it's really useful in any mode, especially sequence mode. So, let's check it out. Right now we're in program mode. And to do some editing, there are a couple of different things you can do. You can touch on the screen and modify the EQs. You can mess with the real-time control knobs. Or, if you want to dig in real deep, you can push page select. And these are all the different places you can go in the synth engine. So, oscillator, filters, amp, LFO. So you touch a page and you get all the editing parameters for each one of those individual elements of the sound. Now, I'm going to push the exit button and touch Tone Adjust. Very often you don't have to go in and do the deepest editing on earth to make the tweaks that you want. So what Tone Adjust is a palette of 16 different controls, 8 buttons and 8 sliders. And they're set up with useful, quick tweaks for each one of those sounds. So for example, this first button up here, is set to transpose up a full octave. And we can modify that octave, the amount of steps that it's going to transpose, just by touching and changing it with the dial or typing in a new value. And you can turn it on and off just by touching the actual button. This first slider here is called Pitch Stretch. This is actually a great slider to use for pianos. Check this out. That modification is great because it gives you what basically seems like a whole collection of different pianos all in one slider. Now the neat thing about this is if I don't like what one of these sliders is doing, I can just touch the arrow right next to it. Same thing with the buttons there. Touch the arrow and you have a whole selection of useful parameters to choose for that slider or button. So you get to choose which one of these parameters you want to modify, and you can save the program so that they'll be there next time you load it up. Now that's how it works in program and combi mode. In sequence mode it works the same way, but there's some additional benefits here. So for example, if I go to Tone Adjust while in sequence mode, I can actually choose which track I want to modify and then call up different parameters for the adjustments. And if I use a copy from program command, they'll all be populated. Also the one-touch record does that as well. The nice thing here is when I'm writing a song, with previous sequencers, you might have to leave sequence mode and go to program mode and make your edits and save the sound and then go back into sequence mode to hear the changes. But with Tone Adjust, you can do your editing right from within the sequence. And instead of overwriting the preset combi or program, it actually saves your changes from within the song that you're working on. So it's really useful and very non-destructive. So that's Tone Adjust. It's a great shortcut, especially when you're writing a song, because you don't have to leave sequence mode and you don't have to overwrite the preset sounds. It's also especially good on the M3, because the M3 has a control surface with 8 sliders and 8 buttons that actually match up to what's on the display. But on either keyboard, it's a terrific benefit. So thanks for watching, and have fun adjusting tones.